P250. Two of those on the board here. One for Magis, one for ZywOo, and a little bit of utility to boot. But once more, returning 8 days ago, these two teams and head-to-head on, well, this map, this series, exactly the same. The veto a little bit of a different order, but here we go. 1x bet odds are going to be favoring that of Vitality. And wow, this is aggressive. This is what we're talking about. First round of a playoff match and setting the tone, pushing aggressively into lobby and the CT pistol. They know that nobody's home. And this util, well, that confirms exactly what they suspected.
Vito, a lot of friction on the cross. And don't forget that PT50 is in play. Those long-range engagements don't favor the USP in that one. And Spinks has managed to make it work on the Glock. Look at that, closes the gap. And another for dupreeh. Straight into heaven. Losing that map control makes life very difficult. This could be the third pistol big lose at the event. Yeah, looks like it's going that way. Dabson gives it a go, nothing to report, and practically flawless.
Just Crimbo here, likely going to try and save this Kevlar if he can. The bomb hasn't been planted yet, so time, his biggest enemy right now. But that's a better way to kick things off here for Vitality as far as Nuke goes. Last time these two teams met, well, they won Nuke, but they lost the T-side of pistol. So, you know, they maybe want to do a little bit better than last time, see if they can throw big out in a 2-0 fashion. We have Mirage up next and Overpass if we do need it. But let's just note some positive signs here. Spinks getting 2 kills on the pistol round because if his monstrous form continues here today, Bigger in a lot of trouble, and I think Yanko put it quite nicely. If Spinks and ZywOo keep up the form they're in right now, they may as well bloody win the whole tournament. That's just how good these two are playing. As Crimbo will get some action. Does convert onto dupreeh, but how long will he stay alive? The hunt is coming. Multiple bogeys on the other side. X-Ray highlighting 1, 2, and 3 as the Julies will jip away. The bomb goes off, and he is going to survive. So Kevlar carried through. Has enough if they want to bring out a Famas here on the force, but this is one of the situations with Big. Traditionally, they are quite a reserved team in the second round purchases. And, well, I think at this event, it has been changing a little bit, right? There's been some rounds where Big have gone a little bit more force buy than they traditionally would. And we're about to see exactly that. Crimbo, I'll spoil the news, has invested into a Famas with that Kevlar. So it's a really tidy-looking second round for him. There's upgrades into 5.7s, a Scout for Hyped, of course, and Tabson onto an MP9, which in-game leaders in this event have been getting so much action on that.
Look at this. Look how fast they're going. Second round call down the vents, and it's going to be some flak damage inflicted.
A lot of damage.
That will hurt. Tabson set up for success. Goodbye, Spinks. And a second chipped away at as well. dupreeh operating with a limp. Walking wonky. Already a heavy leg up for Big. How can they regain control here for Vitality? Let's not forget, statistically, this should be theirs, but already casualty onto Spinks, a great catch, and damage onto Magisk and dupreeh.
Okay, well, the two players still on the top deck. That's going to be Apex and ZywOo, the ones that need to battle them out here. So this is a big exchange for the in-game leader who goes down. Hype's first kill. Handy with the scout right there. Now we turn to the big man himself.
Always a joy to watch his procedural clears, very considered in his movements, but he's got to get past Crimbo to even have a chance at continuing this conversation. And Crimbo in that angle does find it eventually. A little messy on it, but fortunately so was ZywOo.
Might be all five staying alive. That's a nice little molly there.
That's better than winning the pistol.
All right, yeah, and there it is. The MP9 strikes for one. Tabson looks like he might be the only death considered, and this is dropping down the vent. dupreeh is cornered. Time starting to become an issue now. 35 seconds left on the clock, and I don't see a way dupreeh wins this one. Bullet in the side of the dome, and there it's going to be the force spy win back, and that'll instill an awful lot of confidence. Galil picked up Fakira, that Famas brought through, and I'll let you know, another technical timeout called here early.
Just going to get everything resolved, get the kinks out of the system.
No shaming here, of course.
Absolutely not.
It is a pretty looking stage.
It is. Apparently this is kind of, you know, what we can grow to expect.
Oh, for the Masters level events. Yeah, we get Dallas as our next Masters level event coming up.
I'm ready for some BBQ, I'll tell you that much.
Oh, we got Brazilian barbecue, Texan barbecue.
There's just something about a brisket. I don't know why, I don't know how, but apparently quite a cheap cut of meat tastes delicious when you give it the right attention. Maybe there's a life lesson.
Do with it. Who would have thunk it?
Maybe there's a life lesson there, Chad, you know? A cheap cut, but looked after, treated, given time. It can really taste delicious.
Doesn't work with haircuts, though. I find if you get a cheap haircut, you're probably in a bit of trouble.
Yeah.
You want to get a good barber, guys.
Get a good barber.
Make you feel $1 million.
A barber that treats you like a human being.
Yeah.
And not just, you know,
a sheep.
A paycheck.
Getting sheared. All right, well, let's get back underway. So we do have Vitality wanting to continue the force spy wars here. dupreeh with his offering to the god. We'll drop an AK-47 over to Mr. Woo. Going to carry that one through towards Yard here.
Well, It was practically an immaculate start for that second round from Big. Just the one casualty, happy to take some upgrades. And ZywOo's got himself the AK-47 and Hyped meets it. This is why you give him the biggest gun.
Was looking to rotate away here. Didn't actually drop.
Yeah, he's got a lot to deal with now. They're already past him. Wow, good adjustment. He's ready for the multi-kill. Handling business on the second as well. And the FAMAS falls into enemy hands. Apex to ply his trade with that. tabseN actually going for an early Inquisition. Costs him his life. That was a little, perhaps an overcook from tabseN. You can see they had k1to as well, so pushed up. It would have been an opportunity, but ZywOo, he is switched on. He's aware they could have taken lobby.
Yeah, good reposition from k1to here. You could see, considering the fact that ZywOo can come back around from the yard position, tucks in deep and is flushed out. So Apex with that find, and now it's just Faven with the MAC-10. So play this one with the numbers, and there shouldn't be too many issues for Vitality to keep the Force by Wars alight here. This sucks a little bit more for Big, though. Lost bonus into the next one would be 1,400. Last time they had second phase lost bonus by virtue of losing the pistol. So this one is going to sting, as Apex does walk on in. So the bomb will be ushered across. Momentarily should get planted here, and I think Faven can be considering a save. Hold on to the MAC-10, see if you can find an upgrade. You have a 5.7 to drop into the next round as well. But there was a little detail there, and I saw it on Crimbo's POV. He just dropped down on the ramp. I think he broke the window, and that baited them into the ramp play, thinking that he was the guy rotating lower to deal with ZywOo.
Yeah.
Right? And then they came out ramp, and he got a couple of kills there, 2 in total for Crimbo, but not enough. And 3 rifles from Vitality look to be carried through here. So back and forth we go.
Yeah, it's working out nicely. Just when you thought Big had wrestled back for those early starts. And I really liked the way it was framed on the analyst desk as well, just talking about how those pistol stats lead Big into playing their best version. I know that sounds like a Captain Obvious statement, but specifically for Big, having those strong starts gives their team all the options, because they're such a theory crafting team. And a lot of that theory rests on having the weapons and the nades to make it happen.
Yeah, precisely. I think Big do their best Counter-Strike when they have all the bells and whistles. Right. And that right there is something that you need to make sure isn't the only way you can approach the game. There's the opening from ZywOo again. You need to be able to win some of the lower buy rounds, which they've already done. They just didn't find the conversion off the back of it. I do expect them to go for another force buy here, but it's actually Vitality who have opted to take the tactical timeout. And you can see legendary player and coach Zonic standing behind the troops here with a conversation of 30 seconds to let them know the status quo. Now, Big's buy is much, much better than I had anticipated here. They've been able to drop weapons across and make this one look very neat and tidy. There's 2 M4s in the mix, that MAC-10 carried through, a FAMAS and a Scout. We're basically into the gun rounds here. The Force by Wars, sure, missing some trimmings. As we mentioned, the bells and whistles would be nice. There's not a single incendiary on the CT side here. Yeah,
this is going to be an interesting one. This will determine just how much of a running start we get from Vitality's T side. They've dispatched Crimbo into this position early, so you can see that the responsibility is not just on Hyped's shoulders with that Scout. Likelihood of a smoke completely obscuring his view means Crimbo will activate.
This is interesting, though. Notice how they've put Crimbo in the back of Warehouse, traditionally tabseN's position. They've actually opted to put tabseN over towards ramp with the MAC-10. So it's a standard setup, just different people in different places.
Yeah, and a MAC-10 ramp, I can see why they're doing it on that headshot position, but this is even better. He can play close to the smoke if his teammate decides to deploy it. tabseN pressing his ear to the wall to listen out for any cues.
Now, I can understand why they've done this. There hasn't been an early smoke wall, so that Scout not necessary at yard right now, but they're happy and ready to take a fight, but so is Crimbo. Takes down Apex, taps out for the second, and tap it in. That's both Frenchmen dead and dusted.
That's lovely work. dupreeh at least does manage to sweep one under the rug, but the damage done. Spinks, though, highest rated player, is dead too. They're going to be doing it. Need to do a lot more of that. Faven and Crimbo have taken down the 2 high flyers.
And Vitality took a timeout going into this round, so this is not the way that I think Zonic was hoping it would unfold here. dupreeh's been left alive in one of these, this time a little bit more heavily equipped and with a whole lot more HP. So how much more can he do, or is he already considering the save? There's 30 seconds left on the clock, and once he starts to backpedal towards spawn, I think we all know what that means. It's going to be a tit for tat game so far, round for round, nobody with consecutive. And nobody looking to break set just yet. I will more than safely say I expect Vitality to force buy back in here.
Well, I mean, it's just a constant battle for the first consecutive run.
Yeah, take a look at this, right? So 1,400 is going to go into ZywOo's bank account. We can order the quick maths, guys. Let's do it my way, and you guys can let me know at home how you do it. So 1,400. So what I do is I'd get the 400 and add it onto the 26, which would take me to 3,000, and then I'd add the 1,000 on to get me to 4K.
That is kind of how my brain works too.
And that's how we got there. So ZywOo can buy another AK. dupreeh can drop maybe a Mac 10 or...
Oh, good to see Godby brought some fresh fruit just to keep the boys juiced up. I saw some pineapples, grapes.
Okay, all right.
Maybe for the between the maps.
I remember when Big were doing their best when we were stuck in the pandemic. They had like platters of fruit. They were eating some strawberries, some watermelon. You know, having a good time. Oh, ZywOo actually hasn't opted to go for an AK here, so they want a bit more util. You can see that molly deployed top hut.
Where are we going?
Looks like they want to harass Squeaky if they can. A top pop. Here we go.
Let's go. k1to to receive him. Oh, an immediate headshot. And now Faven activates. Solid shutdown of the pressure. Big from Apex, but only the one. No bomb. Spinks down on the vent descent, and it's just the Woo. Last on the naughty list. That's a clean lockout, and that's big with the first break of serve.
I'm curious to think what Vitality thought were going to happen in that round, right? Because Big at that point had everything. They had a lot of rifles. They had a lot of utility. They were able to stall out that top pop. And that looked way too easy for Faven and k1to, which when you think about it, what we know these two are capable at their max is actually a pretty scary top combo. They both have some pretty gnarly aim. So a good job between the two of them there. And now it should just be Vitality having to sink themselves down into a bit of an eco. So this good early start for Big. It's been done in the most labored way. But they should be able to get themselves a 2-round buffer here, as the best they have to boast right now is just going to be a deagle in the hands of dupreeh. And a P250 for Apex. So this should be farming for Mr. Hyped.
And Hyped seems to be a fan of Dick Stacy, one of your boys. Got the stickers. Big Clan. And of course, Dick Stacy.
What a crossover. What an absolute crossover that has been. I want to get into a bit of a discussion here about the last two to hit the turf there, dupreeh and Magisk. Now, we know that they aren't required to be the star players. Actually, for Magisk, I think he's part of the star trio of Vitality for sure. It should be ZywOo, Spinks, and Magisk. And then you have Apex in-game leading, and then dupreeh gets a few more of the, how do I say this eloquently, bitch rolls. So, you know, something...
dirty jobs? Dirty work?
Yeah, dirty jobs with dupreeh. Might be a new series he could kick off in Denmark. But, yeah, he does it. So, with the way that this team is kind of formatted, that's the hierarchy tree. But for dupreeh and Magisk, with all the experience they have, these are the type of matches, stage games, where they used to do their absolute best work. So we'll see if they can become those beautiful butterflies once more.
Hyped whipping out the AWAP. Mantling over the box for the flight path, and there's one from Hype. Knows he's on a timer now. Been smoked off, hoping he can find a little bit of a pot shot through. And Crimbo in support. ZywOo staring at him, but it's all about timing and when he chooses to activate. Apex slinking through. A free headshot though for Crimbo, and you see that immediately. His knee-jerk reaction is get out of there, hold on to that advantage as Apex does claw one back. Faven, next victim, big from Apex. As finally he falls, but it's still a 2-on-2 after the two openings from Big. You need to hit that one. Nice from Hype, put Spinks into the clutch.
Well, he knows that Crimbo's the RAM player here, so he can start to piece this one together with the kills that have come on through. Plenty of time to work with, a minute on the clock, and hunting right now. Might be able to find Hype, who's hands in the pants, a little bit of a movement, and I'm sure you can all hear exactly that. Impending doom coming the way. Spinks with a step on out, the single box kill, and now the 1-on-1. Where is Crimbo? There he is. Surprise! That is another round for Big, a 3-round lead now. Massive stuff.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, that was probably the most exciting round we've had so far. Love that. Observers catching all the action. It was quick as well, back and forth. Apex, he did manage to get behind enemy lines and profit. Hit some great headshots, especially onto Faven, but it was those opening two. Crimbo loved the restraint from him. Hyped as well. He gets his test on Yard and he passes. Didn't like the death on Unbreakable, but it happens.
Okay, well, Vitality now, they're feeling the suck here early. This is going to be another gun round into eco scenario, this time dressed up a little bit more. 5 deagles, a light smattering of utility, and even some armor on an opponent. On an opponent? On a teammate or two. The opponents on the other side, of course, they have armor. Look, they're all sitting pretty. Head armor for all 5. Plenty of cash to splash, and they want to keep this one as clean as possible. So the agenda for Big, 3 or more alive would be fantastic. Try and deny that bomb going down. The loss burner is going to be maxed out into the next. And here comes Tapson for another bit of a looky-loo. Quite pokey here, isn't it? Just showing their head, and Crimbo tested on ramp.
Yeah, shouldn't be too much to get concerned about for Big Clan fans.
They could go lower and try and get this plant right now, but you can see the heavy rotation.
Yeah, not going to allow that. You can see they're very stubborn about this one. I say that as Magus does well. Apex was really trapped in the flames, boxed in. That's the kind of sauna you don't want to be in. A little extreme as a sixth. That was nearly the word. Sixth has been secured.
Yeah, I thought you were trying to do it in the German way.
I don't know where my mouth was going with that one. That's the joy of our job, Chad. Sometimes your mouth moves faster than your brain.
And things just come out.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Everyone says something they don't mean now and again.
Happens to the best of us.
All right, well, Vitality. Where is the Woo? Where is Spinks? Well, ZywOo with only 1 kill so far, and that was on their force by victory. So let's see if he can get activated here as Hype posts up, sees nothing. tabseN hyper aggressive. I like this. It's going to at least signal to Crimbo, Faven, and Keto that the fight could be coming their way momentarily. Apex back over towards spawn, lining up a smoke. Now, I was just watching back some of the games here. They like to do this round where they drop a smoke from spawn that lands directly in front of main, and that tends to force a bit of a rotation here. Apex has actually gone the squeaky lurk smoke, I think, and, well, yep, here they come ramp.
Yeah, hyped. He's on one today. Another opening. I wouldn't go re-peeking. He's brave. They've already crossed Molly. Now he has lost ramp as tabseN looks to surge behind them. I wonder how switched on Apex will be if he is the lobby holder. Doesn't seem to be considering it now. The smoke to draw his attention elsewhere. dupreeh posted, hoping to find him. Hype doesn't need to give him anything here.
Cheeky little angle from Hype as well, isn't it? Very passive. Oh, hello.
Oh my god. ZywOo's checking it, but it's tabseN that wins the duel. The rest are in trouble. Gets himself a nice frag. 2 back from Vitality, though. Now they are scalpering to try and retrieve the bomb and get away from that flank. tabseN threatening.
No way.
I like that. The extinguisher alone will pause them. They have to acknowledge he could be walking through. That Molly no longer buys them the time to turn their backs. And yeah, dupreeh will do the same. Backs up a ramp.
Has to be A.
Aggressive big. I love this. This pendulum of aggression and passivity.
Action on Hype here.
What's he supposed to do? They look like they're going to smoke main and go. Boost. Oh, well, he misses the shot, but tabseN good onto dupreeh.
Keto's here already.
Should be seeing the plant. Keto out of the heart. Does catch Spings. Bomb cancelled, and it's up to Apex. Doesn't really have the health or the time for this, and yeah, tabseN will catch him on the investigations, and Hype looking just that. He's feeling himself, and so a big plan.
Well, one of the details in that round, tabseN being aggressive meant that yards, the squeaky smoke, I think there was a squeaky smoke thrown, or the lurk main smoke came on through. What that would normally do is your AWPer, who plays Heaven, right, rotates around. He supports ramp, he helps yard, he goes up Heaven, he helps top. He's meant to be everywhere. Hype didn't have to get drawn back towards yard because tabseN had all the information. Mate, you're not needed out here. It's all good in the hood. And that meant that ramp could be a little bit more fortified. And Vitality were trying to exploit that rotation. So denied here, and denied there. A missed smoke, unforced error. That's a big boo-boo.
That's the technical term. May not cost them too much. With dupreeh onto Faven early, it falls to Keto, and he's only got the one. This is set for success now for Vitality. Straight into the top site, and with a couple of lost defenders. And a missed smoke as well.
And the finances for Big maybe considering a bit of a save here. Sure, you feel that you've got the weapon advantage, you still have a light bit of util, but is it really worth giving everything over with a 7-2 lead? Apparently not. Already signified the white flag waved, hyped all the way in spawn. tabseN here about to be sidelined from Apex. Yeah, he wasn't ready for that one. We might have another Apex reaction for the real.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh. Yeah.
That one's going to leave a mark.
Yeah, not fun for anyone involved. Well, maybe tabseN's probably quite enjoyed that, actually, holding on to a very valuable set of resources. And yet to see Hype die since his AWP's acquisition. I think that's worth highlighting. Nice. Yeah, that's a nice one for an AWP. You can see by his finances just growing and swelling out of control. ZywOo greater than Mbappe. That's quite a statement. Okay, he's got. I think now we've worked it out. Why Big Clan were the enemies of Rio?
Yeah, because ZywOo's here.
Yeah, because ZywOo's here and the Brazil are Glory supporters or something.
Well, I think as well when Simple comes out, all this hanging out with Neymar is going to do wonders to his stuff.
That's true. That's true. He's Neymar approved.
Well, taking stock here are Vitality, looking for their second tactical timeout to have a bit of a chit-chat. This is a pivot point in the game. If they can take all these big rifles away and win another consecutive, they can break them and draw this scoreline ever closer. Big had a streak of 6 that was broken by another round where the bomb has gone down. But in that spree, they had denied Vitality any plants. There was no retakes necessary, so they were doing a very good job on their defense. Just going to make sure that they don't get broken into and completely robbed. As the timeout has subsided and back underway we go.
All right, serious business now. That's the second timer. You've already discussed the implications of that. Zonic wants his boys to start posting quite the T-Hall. 3 just feels insufficient in their eyes. And Hype, we talked about his lack of deaths. Well, going for a forward position and still doesn't look like he's going to see any action. He's not holding yard, and they are crossing.
That's good news. That means there can be a heavy rotation towards the lower side from the likes of Crimbo as the ramp player, if he would like. It doesn't look like they've made that maneuver at all, so I don't think they're buying it. Well, Keto's buying that one. dupreeh's gone on a look, and they have been able to get the bomb down secret.
No
Spinks
rotation.
could be the difference maker here, but look how passive he is on the roof. He's coming on down now, so he's about to investigate lobby. His only real issue is Hyped. But you're right, there is no...
Play retake? Is that the plan?
And I can understand it, but they're going to give up so much real estate, and if Spinks gets a kill on the lurk, that might be enough.
Yeah, they're going now. This pair down towards ramp, but the Uta will have arrived exactly.
They have to push.
Whoa,
They have to push. He has to.
And he just walks straight into Apex. That's an equalizing frag in this round, right? Might spiral. Keto, great awareness. Catches the lobby lurk. New Spinks still alive, and a double for Keto. A man advantage on the retake. 2 from Ramsud, 1 from Single. This is a big frag for Faven to find the timing on. You can see Magic, he's got his head on a swivel, worried about this, and you want Ramp to distract him first before you touch that door. Contact ideally from elsewhere. Smokes are in. Ramp distraction. Faven, patient. Angle found. Nice frag from Magus. That's what Faven needed. Gets the Q, gets the frag. Time-sensitive mission for the rest of the Germans. And he's still got another one. Faven needs to get on that bomb. Taps him will convert. And another one from Big Clan. Well handled on this defense. They're feeling themselves right now.
Yeah, that was a great round from Keto there. You highlighted that double up, and getting rid of Spinks made their life a whole lot easier. It meant they could really just focus towards lower. And I said that Crimbo had to push. Well, he technically didn't have to, but if they wanted to make a play, which is something that ZywOo in the interview said they don't do, it was one way to try and rustle the jimmies, but denied on entry. And actually Big taking the timeout here. So look at this. You can see Gob directing the conversation to Hype. So there's a lot of conversation about a rookie being on a stage environment like this. Think about it. This kid's only been in the team for, what, 2 months? I spoke about at the start of this event just how many maps they had played. I think at the time I was quoting just under 70. So that's obviously growing now. Yeah. And it's a player as well, which you've highlighted statistically. He isn't doing an awful lot in their wins, but tends to be more towards the top of the scoreboard in their losses.
In contrast to Keto, who is doing the most in their wins.
And he's continued to be that X factor right here today. And Hype's keeping up with the pack. 9 kills for him, 9 for Tabs, and 9 for Crimbo. And that's the classic Keto right there.
I love it.
We got that reaction last time we were here, remember? Back during the group stage of the Major, which was quite the ambience, I'll tell you that much.
No doubt. No diggity. In. Fast. Magic across. The angles are good, and Big do find double from the defense. Faven down. Brought down by the AK. Triple on entry. That's a dupreeh special. Gives Vitality the chance for a full clean conversion. Still 3 alive and only Hyped and Crimbo. The Academy duo.
Save.
Yeah, no, thank you very much.
Well, if dupreeh's going to do that, right, I mentioned in this type of environment, this is where maybe you could expect some vintage dupreeh, and that was exactly that. 3 big frags on towards that top site. Great work from him.
And especially when your teammates are hard committing, you know, Major's going to Apex laying your life on the line. It's there, you can see these deaths going down, and then dupreeh will pick up the mess. The third onto Keto, round defining, and you do see Hyped and Crimbo just holding on to what they can.
What they thought they could.
What they could have.
But that's interesting. It's only the 2nd kill for ZywOo so far, and it is one to deny a gun, so it has big ramifications going into the next round. But ZywOo's quiet at the moment. And, well, Big, they should be counting their lucky stars right now, because as soon as this man in the center of your screen right here gets activated, it could be left, right, good night. So they need to make hay while the sun shines, continue to put as many rounds as they can while ZywOo's out of the equation. But that type of a round right there, ZywOo's not set up to find too much success. You look at that, it's a top go where ZywOo's throwing utility from the roof and then has to rotate in with the ult, right? So if everybody died, he has a very hard round ahead of him.
Yeah, and he's definitely been transitioning into more of a supportive role for the likes of Spinks and Co.
Down the vent here. Good little move from Spinks.
It's always very, very hard for the CTs to adapt to someone already down the vents. You know, that's supposed to be something you have to adjust too late.
I think tabseN is aware of this, though. You can see his positioning towards lower. He was considering the single door, and ZywOo jousting now.
I do love a little orb head-to-head. New blood. And tabseN draws blood.
He's not ready for the second.
Down and out. Crimbo knows he's got the element of surprise here. Spinks crosshair, look at it. Nowhere near. Okay, Crimbo keeps it level.
That's the ramp player.
Still interesting if Hyde goes wide. That's brave, and that's destructive. As only ZywOo and Apex remain. Needs that bomb, needs that hope, and Hype's the one to take Apex out. Just on that hot push.
Well, this is the time for ZywOo to make his voice heard. I know it's a 1-on-3 situation, 55 seconds on the clock. Knows Crimbo was lower. Hyped, got the kill peeking in from main. Faven, also a bit of a top player here. So let's see the master at work.
They really do love him.
He's a lovable character.
Yeah, definitely.
Backs it up with the frags to boot here.
Like never before in Counter-Strike have we seen someone so good and so humble. A combination quite rare. Typically, we estimate and expect someone to be this with the superstar prowess that he provides. You expect a little bit of ego. You expect someone to have that firm belief in their ability over the others, but most of that interview from ZywOo was talking about how good Big have been looking, and they are looking good. Flying high and trying to make the best out of a bad situation. It's not always easy to kind of flick that switch and say, hey, forget about all that negativity. Let's focus on what we can control.
Yeah, and it seems like they've been having a good time. Yanko was talking about they've been hanging around at the pool. They've been having a good time with the smiles on their faces. So Big taking the positives here and running with them, and now looking to profit.
And against the team that, well, stood in their way. You know, they were in that 2 wins, 1 loss up against Vitality. Same maps as that head-to-head that Big had to swallow up against Vitality. Booking the Frenchman's ticket to Paris, but yeah, Big not there, not present.
Now, they have won as many rounds as they did last time these two met on this very map.
There you go.
Well, I maybe spoke too soon. 2 kills in stereosonic fashion. He's now trying to piece this together here, Big. Right now, this round is the difference between a 11-4, 10-5, or what is probably going to be a Vitality 9-6 now if they can convert this 5-on-3.
Still an if.
Yeah, so someone from Big will have to be a difference maker here. A multi-kill will be required. Hype's looking the wrong way right now.
It's not looking good for Hype with that weapon especially. 1, surely dead, not ready for more. Here's them coming, needs the no-scope, dupreeh on the floor. That's 2.
There's the multi.
For the price of 1, yeah, he pulls it off. Hold on, hold your horses, there's more. Look at Crimbo, perhaps going to be activated on that ramp push, just waiting for tabseN's call as the smoke will fade. Spinks holding passive. tabseN does catch Magis. Didn't catch a glimpse or a whiff from Spinks, and damage inflicted. Crimbo, what you got for us? He'll be considering that flank, but will expect it at this pace. 20 seconds, and that smoke might help him as he gets him down. Bomb on the floor, up to the Woo. Pushing forward is Crimbo, he can't quite finish. ZywOo saves them. A triple out of the Woo.
Crimbo's going to be kicking himself there.
Man.
He's going to really feel like he should have converted that one. A great attempt and almost a 3-on-5 salvage there for Big after those 2 opening deaths. A great attempt, but Vitality will grab their 5th, and as I mentioned, likely their 6th here. So this is the opening pick on Akito, and the nades came on through for that follow-up frag. tabseN, if he got that 2nd kill, a 2-on-1 situation, more manageable for Big. And yeah, just scaling through the molly. He didn't want to allow ZywOo to plant and then play the 40 seconds.
It's mad. And this is 2. Straight into the top side. dupreeh on the clears, and Big Clan just getting rumbled. Nice back from Faven. A good double on top of the hut. With this higgledy-piggledy buy, whatever they could scrape together for the final round of the half. Apex got full control of the rafters as he rounds the corner, so lobby occupied, smoke's perfect.
Feels like the round's on lock, doesn't it?
It does, it really does. It takes a calamity from Vitality to let this one go. Well, it's fine. It's 9
good.
to 6. Recovered half, considered. Looked like a Big Clan start, a good run, but a run of 4 rounds in the final 6. Puts a solid number on the board. We'll take a break and be right back. Feeling good, feeling fine. It's a battle for revenge for Big Clan and for Vitality, looking to do what they've done before. They got Big Clan in front of them on the stage, the quarterfinals of IEM Rio. And we've got ourselves a second pistol. Worth noting that the battle at the start of this game was a bit of a back and forth, a to and fro affair. Vitality did manage to take the first. That's the third pistol loss Big have posted in Rio.
Yeah, it didn't really seem to help them too much, especially with those forced by wars that we had out early. But here we go. Let's see if Big can make it 2 for 2 with ZywOo. Look at this. The W key looked like it was stuck, but Hype will gobble that one up every day of the week.
Yeah, tasty. An all-you-can-eat buffet on Yard. Let's see if there's any more. Apex quaking in his boots. He can hear him. Backs might be turned and more bodies to be dropping. Someone needs to hit the heads. It's only one from dupreeh. Long range, hard to find. Fresh mag found. And Keto trying to whittle away. It's Hype that posts it. Gets himself his second here on the pistol.
Really good stuff from Hype here. Not having any issues finding impact. 15 kills in total right now. And with the team and they're looking for one more to find, it is Spinks. Some absolute career form right now. Will drop and Big get to double digits. They have to be feeling very content with how things are unfolding thus far. And that is both teams on the CT side attempting to set the tone, right? We saw the lobby aggression from Big. They all pushed in lobby early, and it was actually Vitality heading Yard with all their troops. And this time round, well, ZywOo trying the opposite, taking a fight very aggressively. That tells me they were expecting something very lobby-centric. You wouldn't be running like that if you're actually expecting duels at that corner.
Whoa, 4 mag 10s. That's avant-garde. That
might be a top go.
Big Clan. Look at this. Keto down the vents immediately.
Okay, they've copied each other's anti-eco round.
Yeah, but watch, there's more, because ZywOo's here and opens the door. Didn't check. Keto, what's going on? ZywOo!
Oh!
ZywOo! The triple dig! Pandemonium! Oh my goodness! That is a ZywOo classic. The second round fourth, just after the oopsie on the pistol as well. He says, oops, let me fix that for us.
Set the record straight with a showstopper, and Hype's going to go down to dupreeh. That's the bounce back again. The force by wars continue.
I'll tell you what, if it is anything like Ohio's motto, with God, all things are possible, and with ZywOo, it seems the same. Triple D, second round force by.
Yeah, don't turn your back on this, man. And that was the opener from top hut. We could actually see on the cusp of the smoke, but this is what it's all about. Bullet to Keto's dome, and they just keep on coming, shredded by the Woo.
Not even a tiny smile, not even like an exhale out of his nose. That's just business as usual.
Another day at the office.
Bloody hell. Yeah, doing some shredding at the office, for sure.
Someone's got to do it, and he needs to start getting some frags on the board here. CT side's the best place to do it. 3 in total. Deep Molly is, they will assemble this boost. So put up on a perch here.
Uh-oh, I don't know, I'm already a bit rattled by that deagle round. You don't want to wake up the giant, the sleeping giant that was ZywOo in that first half.
Well, here comes a flash forward, and Match has been left to his own devices here. Didn't turn the second, but they didn't check.
It's fine.
They didn't check.
It's fine.
Oh!
Magic's now. Oh, okay. Big Clan have got 3. On the light pistols, on the light buying, and now rifles are plenty. It's just dupreeh and Spinks with meager guns. The SMG to defend their honor, and it was just into the ramp.
Yeah, the start of these two halves have been where all the action has been throughout this match so far. Just continue to throw these uppercuts, trying to knock each other to the deck. And a chance to rattle Vitality here on this CT side.
Magic's going to be feeling a bit hard done by not getting anything done, by being overlooked.
The second flash as well, I think that's what really ruined him. Because he comes back, and at that point, he's lost complete understanding of how they've scaled. And taps in a double, the in-game leader, with 2 on the P250. Looking a whole lot more unburdened here now that we've made it to the playoffs. Can they salvage this? Smokes towards the lower. And as we can see on the radar, well, both of them, Spinks and dupreeh, reside on the upper deck. They might just be having to allow this one to fall by the wayside here. Bomb gets planted with the 10-second mark. 40 seconds thrust onto the clock, and with them on polar opposite sides of the map here, it should just be the save of a measly Mac 10 and an MP9.
I'll tell you what, this is, I'm not speaking too soon, or, you know, any witchcraft, voodoo, and jinxes, but this is Hype's top performance in a map that Big Clan need to convert.
Might win.
Might. I was very careful.
I know, I saw what you were doing there.
But I'm just saying, like this, especially on the stage as well, like it's when you're trying to get your rookie situated, he's had the walkouts, you know, you've got a very different view, you've been booed. And if you can come in and play your game and get away with it against, you know, a real top contender, like in the form of Vitality, this is going to mean a wealth of experience just being injected into his veins.
Now let's get all the Germans at home excited about this, because if Big Do managed to convert here from this 11-7 scoreline, they go into Mirage, their map choice next. And last time around when these two teams met, they won that 16-10. And just to give you a little bit more sauce to your sandwich, Big played Na'Vi and Mirage, and well, it was a double overtime affair, just to show that, hey, they still can be competitive. I know that's an L, but they're looking to take it to their quote-unquote home turf.
Well, Big, 5 rounds away from the W.
Keto here is going to get an awful lot of space on this. That flash offers up nothing, so he is across towards Secret. The rest of them reside in lobby here. Molly.
That's all right. That's even better. How has he got 2 there? It's still going to be a complete...
The bloody bomb, Alex.
Yeah, I mean, it's round defining. And again, every team that has the advantage seems to be losing the next round.
Yeah, we've had 8 rounds of this if you're going to combine the 2 halves here.
What's going on?
It just won't stop.
No, he's not. He's going for... Yeah. Okay, so what can we talk about for 55 seconds?
The weather.
All right, let me have a look. I'll bring it up.
It looked nice out there today.
So today in Rio de Janeiro, we can expect highs.
Oh, man. Doesn't that one really just sting? That's a minute save.
29 degrees Celsius on the highs.
What's that for the freedom units?
I don't have freedom units turned on. 18, lows of 18, and a 2% chance of precipitation.
Okay. What would you say the weather conditions are right now on Nuke? Rush, could we maybe take a look? Oh, MC, either of you, if you could help us out here. Take a look at the sky. Take a look at the conditions on Nuke. Sunny.
Sunny.
Yeah.
Light smattering of clouds.
What type of clouds are they? They're not cumulus clouds.
No, those ones are...
I think it starts with a C. Cirrus clouds.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Yeah. We definitely came up with that ourselves. We don't have little voices in our head who are much smarter than us.
Oh, yeah. Actually, you don't realize is we're just saying what they're saying in our ears.
Exactly, yeah.
We're just a fleshy puppet.
It's crazy, but it works. And look, I would say it's probably about 23 degrees?
Yeah, I'd say low 20s.
Yeah.
Low 20s for sure. Maybe a bit of a brisk wind chill factor.
I don't think there's a chance of rain, though. Maybe early morning dew. Like a bit of precipitation.
Certainly.
Yeah, but that's about it.
Well, that's over, fortunately, ladies and gentlemen.
Thanks for bearing with us.
We apologize on behalf of Big Clan.
Surely someone wins 2 in a row.
Let's go. Let's go satellite radio.
Well, we've seen this one before. In the first half, Vitality had a really nice methodology of getting these nades in for the stack, but well avoided here. Spinks back of the site, dodges that with ease.
$900 down the Swanee.
I think the difference is Vitality did a lot more crowd control with their mollies, like position them into the nades, so it's a bit of a difference in the term of the 2.
Keto's going walkabouts. We might get a head-to-head of the 2 highest-rated players for their respective teams here. Keto v. the Woo. Tabson looking for him as well, looking for trouble. That barrel hidden nicely by ZywOo. He's conscious of the extra extended barrel length of the M4. One off the flash. Yeah, Faven cooked. And it's ZywOo serving up a double. Off the back of the flash, 1 from height. He'd need to hit a close quarter scout headshot to have anything to say. It wasn't far off, but Spinks, yeah, he's got him dead to rights here. Nice tag, getting away. Height is doing a lot with that scout. Impressive stuff, but still, he's screwed, and Apex confirms it. A little bit of shrapnel for the 1 damage required.
All right, well, Krimbini, the genie, can he pull anything out of the bottle right now? 35 seconds left on the clock here, and oh, he's doing it to us again. Up the ladder for the save and conceding what now will be Vitality breaking serve. So both teams on their CT sides being the first to triumph in the Force by Wars. Vitality will draw this to just a 2-round game.
So yeah, actually, in terms of these starts, these intense starts, it feels like Vitality will have been the ones to get out with their head above water.
Magix is having a tough go, I think. So I wonder if he becomes a targeting point going forward for Big. They don't really strike me as that type of team, but he only has 3 kills. So at this point, why not? Why not see if you can push the issue over there, or if you can try and exploit some rotations and make his life a living hell? Difficult to make that decision, but with 2 back-to-back timeout rounds here, 1 saved M4. Were they caught off guard? I wasn't watching.
They weren't caught off guard. In my mind, it was just like the meme. It's like, yeah, so ZywOo's actually, on his rookie year, he got
okay.
back-to-back world number 1.
All right.
That's why we're cheering for him.
That makes sense. All right, well, Crimbo, how far can we make this M4 go? As tabseN even has a little bit of util to try and set him up. He's taking an initial fight with Apex, so they know where the rifle is now.
Yeah, I mean, I respect him when you have to make the best use out of that only rifle, but taking pot shots up against long-range engage.
Okay, so they've given the molly to Hype. Now, this can go in one of 2 places. He could get a top hut molly or a back sight molly. I think it's going to be a top hut molly because you can see tabseN here lining up the squeaky smoke. So what they might try and do is get out the squeaky door, maybe down the vent, or just set Crimbo up for a fight. This is their one and only opening move. Can't miss this molly, Hyped. Well, I guess he can. Nobody's on hut, so I take it back. Oh, they've changed the plan here. tabseN's actually over towards lobby, so a main smoke. It's just a top go.
Yeah, let's see what Spinks has got to handle, and so far no sweat on the brow.
Took too many bullets on that first kill. So much pressure.
Vitality, should be fine, certainly now. Keeping it cool, calm, and collecting a 10th. As the gap closes to just a singular round. And the fans gathering. Of course, we do have 2 games today. Heroic can be taken on Furia as our second best of 3.
Oh, we all remember how that one went down last time. A bit of heartbreak here in Rio de Janeiro.
There's plenty of these interesting head-to-heads across our bracket in terms of revenge.
That side of the bracket is juicy, right? No matter how you split it, if Furia win that game, they go up against Na'Vi. Well, they toppled Na'Vi last time. Na'Vi, I'm sure, would love some of their own revenge. The desk was talking about it, Yanko and Peacemaker. But we are back into the guns, and Crimbo, by virtue of his previous save, is just down to a poor Deagle here.
Where is ZywOo? He's right there. Forward position. He's allowed to go walkabouts on Yard, and he's causing him problems. It's good catch from Hyped. He's kept us level. There's now looking to just slow the roll. 2 spotted Yard. tabseN's going to have to do a lot of talking and a little dying, as that's 1 back.
Different player, though.
Good tag from behind.
They know where the last guy is. They know exactly where he was. He just won that duel, so they know that he was over towards Hell.
Racing. Crimbo flashing. Draws attention. This is tough. Like, top is open. What's Hype doing with the bomb?
But this is the problem. He was in the most central rotation point to be anywhere.
He
Ramp,
could be
Yard,
heaven.
or Heaven. Exactly.
He could be main.
Oh, and they're walking into him.
Oh, Spinks. Okay. Crimbo holds onto it with the trade, and that's a triple from him as well.
And he started the round with only a Deagle. I was just talking about his financial issues because of the save. He gets a molly kill in there. A lot of impact from Crimbo in this one. Hyped, as we've said, you know, he's been having a tougher go in their wins.
Yeah, that was a hard one.
If things continue in that way with the stats, it could be on for a big heartbreaker here. Hype's got 21. This was how it all kicked off. It looked great. dupreeh with the opener. ZywOo gets 1. Then they get isolated. You see the flames of Crimbo taking down Apex in the interim. And then as soon as that duel came through, as I mentioned, they knew where the last player was. So they had information. They just didn't know where it got knocked to, and they buddied up and traded. Really good stuff from Big there.
Yeah, really nice. And that stops Vitality in their tracks. They were on a bit of a run, 3 in a row.
But Magix still struggling.
Certainly, yeah. I mean, 3 total. It's unlike him.
A breakpoint here available for Big. You can see them having to rock with 3 Galils, 2 AKs. A little bit light on util for the likes of Faven and Keto. But if they can win this round, loss bonus going into the next for either team, but maybe more pressure on the Vitality side, only 1900. Especially with this 2-round buffer that Big have thus far.
This looks like a top with a util.
Get him down the van.
Yeah, oh, info, but no frag. Spinks gives it up.
Oh, hey, he knows the player's already single.
Wait, ZywOo's gone single past him.
Ramp doesn't feel like the play here. Maybe a top wrap would be better for Big right now with that information because Ramp's clear.
Yeah, dupreeh's holding the angle. It's going to be very hard to get past this with unscathed. Keto, let's see how diligent he is on the clear.
Saw him.
Yeah, spots him now. dupreeh will make the call, looking for help. But from behind, Apex delivers a big frag and a big scalp onto tabseN. Keto gone too. Two of the highest flyers now plucked.
Ooh, I felt like Big had the right response considering the information that they were able to garner there, but a great response from Vitality, just locking them in, making sure that hell would be their demise. Faven and Crimbo, how are you meant to get back into this one? I don't think you are. They're going to take the conservative approach once more and just take this save. So what could have been a break point for Big to try and really turn this half on its head, they're going to have to do this the hard way by the looks of things. It's kind of crazy when you look at the scoreboard. 17 for Spinks, 17 for dupreeh, 16 for Apex, 13 for ZywOo. That just gone 3. Like, he's just having one of those days. One of those games. And here it is, that rotation. Apex had help. It wasn't just him. You saw dupreeh as well fighting from the heavens. So multiple individuals tasked with dealing with the issues. And oh, if Faven pushes the issue too far, you can see him just making sure he doesn't get caught off any crawls here. There's a chance that Apex could push on down and take this fight, but 1 second, that's going to be it. Flashed in, won't be finding the kill here. Faven, plenty of time to... Okay! That was the very, very, very last millisecond.
Yeah, that
poor
was,
Apex.
I mean, yeah, poor Apex. Well done, Faven. I mean, they needed to hold on to that. It could have been a disaster otherwise. $300 without anything to show for it otherwise.
I didn't think Apex would continue after the flash. Like, you jiggle, you clear top secret, you clear the stairs, and then, okay, well, he's not here. You know, I don't want to put... Nope, I'll go all the way. This is the classic Apex style. As Big are just going to be rocking the 2-7 guns and some upgraded pistols here. Oh.
That's a lovely start.
Thank you very much, Hyped.
Yeah, we'll take one of those, and there's more to come. Crimbo back, down to 15, but across to Secret. The bomb will not be able to get across unspotted, so maybe that's not the final port of call. It's just Crimbo holding for any pushes. A boost established for info, or a run boost for speed. So no one got that, caught wind of that, but the rotations are through. This could be a frustrating one because there's a pressure onto Magisk after a slow start to the half, and Spinks is there in support. You can see he'll swing off the contact. So by pausing, by cutting noise, you've cut 2 defenders out of the top side defense.
Yeah, so there's a lot more pressure applied now to dupreeh. See him in the back of the site here, behind the silos, having to worry about an awful lot. The avenue that he has to leave open is squeaky towards Fen, as in the open, doing a rejig of the weaponry here, allowing Silence them 4 to fall to Faven as the push, the crawl through Secret, well timed.
This is nice, proactive stuff, and it was Keto's responsibility to try and keep a lid on it. He's chipped further away at Magisk, and that will deter.
Magisk again just can't hit anything right now.
Coming through Heaven side. dupreeh would love
One way
to find at least one, but over the top of the smoke. tabseN does not clear. Does well to provide the one, though. Keto will be caught. Spinks up to his usual antics as he posts his second in the round, looking to equalize if they can get back into this site. A man advantage for it. Faven and Crimbo. On Heaven side, Faven the only one on the floor. That smoke will delay. And you can see Spinks unwilling to give him the fight beforehand. Spotted the angle. No way! Oh, the Dinkin still finds lethality.
Magisk still low.
They are both low, though. Time ticking. Need to close that gap, and just like that, the frags connect in beautiful synchronicity. 12-12. We are all tied up. It is getting very, very hot and bothered now for this T side. Sure, you won the pistol. A grand total of 3 posted on this attack so far for Big.
To be fair, in that round, Big did make a whole lot more out of those saved guns than I thought they would. So a plant is great. It gets them what I thought was going to be a full buy. Okay, this is classic Big here. God wanting to make sure they have all those bells and whistles that we highlighted. I assume this means we should see a hyped AWP come out into the next round of play. But again, with these lower buys, they've been able to push the issue quite a lot. So there's no reason they can't find traction as we're going in A.
Yeah, fast from Crimbo and fast out. Escorted by dupreeh's M4. 2 on the floor. Spinks and dupreeh get all the frags they need. And tabseN, he's not quite satisfied with the one. He wants a little bit more.
Was he trying to pick it up? Was he trying to do a kickflip on it?
I'm not quite sure.
Was he admiring the skin?
Oh, laying down the law onto Magisk.
What's going on? He can't pick up a bloody rifle.
There we go.
Okay, hold up. Look where Spinks is.
Okay, I'll take positions tabs. It's not going to clear for 500, Alex.
If he clears this,
there is a 0% chance. I never say 0%.
this yeah, you've gone full Jason
I've got
tool
the
there.
full Momo there.
Yeah. Okay. yeah. Oh, okay. He was in spot.
You just have to accept that one. Yeah.
That's all you can do. Shout out again. We highlighted this at the start of the game. dupreeh. Right. This is a stage match. It's where dupreeh's done his best work in his career, and he's doing it again right now. So 21 kills in total. This is the dupreeh that you want to see. Picking up a little bit of the slack for some of his teammates here. Spinks still in great form, 21 in total, but this is really important, right? Getting both kills on the top side, making sure he doesn't leak out the hut position, even gets the third on the pistol. At that point, the round is basically done. But here we go. We spoke about all the goodies. Here they are.
This is what they've been waiting for, Big Clan, so strap in. The outside responsibility falls onto Apex in support of Magus. That Danish-French blend. I wonder what fusion cuisine between Denmark and France would be. A little... a
hot dog and a baguette.
Or a oh, yeah, not bad. Camembert on a knackebrot. Or is that Swedish?
Just in the accent
Sorry. Apex out of there, though.
There's some pace behind this. You can see just Keto making a whole lot of room here. He's ahead of the flames, but his teammates can't join him. Now, this is a bit of a classic one from Big here. They might just have to park the bus behind red. So on the smoke fade, if they re-clear, it's all down to the timing of which way this information goes. ZywOo dropping on down with his AWP to try and bolster the lower defense. Does already have the support of Spinks. This is a classic from Big. Main smoke. Looks like there's a molly available as well here, but it's not a very convincing top fake.
Yeah, I don't think they're buying it.
Noisy as well.
And that Spinks dead to rights, and they know where ZywOo is. Two defending though.
They're going through,
yeah, they want to go. That's their own smoke. Pushing through it now. Magisk eats that flashbang. Spotted one. Yeah, Apex gone. ZywOo one and done. And there you have it. Vitality fine enough for the defense. It's actually Magisk with the double for the impact. And that was everything. I mean, Big Clan, they bided their time for 2 rounds. All for that and all for naught. Oh, dear.
That is the first multi-kill for Magisk in this game.
Well, an impactful one.
Exactly. That could essentially be the game here. It looked like it was okay with the exchanges, that rotation, deciding once they knew where the AWP was to get a move on, but a bit of a sinking feeling here for the Germans. It looks like this one could be all over Red Rover as Vitality looking hot to convert their map pick here in this best-of-3 series of the quarterfinal. Faven with pace, aggressive, an opener, and even more is hyped with the scout onto the Woo.
Yeah, that's a big find. A huge one. As Magisk got so much to deal with, and he's managing it brilliantly for the first and the second of the tab, so no one can touch him. Spinks defends Magisk's honor for a double of his own design, and this leaves it all onto Crimbo. Feels like the individuals of Vitality just finding these multis, and it's much harder for Big. Can't seem to post them.
And again, look how pesky the positioning is here. Again, Spawn. This time it's the home for Magisk as Crimbo. A lot of time to make this one possible, but way too much to consider.
I mean, he's a demon in the clutch, Chance, but the bomb is just so lost. And these post positions, yeah, you're aware, Crimbo. He's even looking at clearing through these potential spawn angles. Hang on.
Okay.
Wow. He is switched on.
Gave himself a chance there, but now that his position's been given up, it means that Spinks can now turn his attention towards this side of the map here as well. And then maybe, just maybe, will be another Crimbo save, which doesn't feel great.
Yeah, you can see his face, like it's just a reluctant save.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess he realized he has to get a move on if he wanted a chance in this round. New one was in CT Spawn, new one was Heaven.
But you'd have to go tops out on this as well. Like, it's so
there
gross.
It is.
Yeah.
It's called off now. Okay, gave us a moment of interest there, didn't he? 15 now secured.
Wow, this has petered out for Big.
It has. It felt competitive.
I was really into it, yeah, in terms of like having a competitive second half. But these runs of rounds from Vitality feel pedestrian at times.
But this was the moment in that first half where Vitality turned on the heat, right? They were able to get 4 of the last 6. Whereas for Big, well, they've now lost 5 consecutive rounds here. And there have been a couple where it's come down to, 2 players remaining, 3 players remaining for Vitality. But they felt like they've been mainly in control. And another multi there for Magisk. So he has found his form at the right time. Right? He hasn't been having a great game, but now he has. Now he's found the impact, and as long as you get to the 16 first, the rest of it doesn't matter.
Exactamundo. And now Big actually throwing pace into the mix with their whole map on the line. Look at the damage! Destruction!
Melted.
Hopes and dreams of a Nuke win fading away with that spray. Ugh. Leaves a bad taste in the mouth.
What are they even meant to do here? You've got one player lower, two trying to make their way through ramp. Magisk is playing such a passive position, very hard to clear. No molly for him. Steps out, finds one. Maybe another multi for Magisk.
One more for good measure. Gets the info on the reload and has done his job. Hype perhaps in this blind spot. You like that. Covered now. And from dupreeh, he does catch one. But Faven's back is turned. And just like that, Vitality. Full of life indeed. They convert. And Big, that battle and pursuit of revenge will have to be in the following two maps if they want a chance. Vitality 1-0 up in the series.